Okay, so again, if you got all these four right from the answers, you don't have to watch this video, but I finished this up. So I did tangent of 25.2, then I multiplied it by 38.5 and got 18.1. Then I used Pythagorean theorem to find C. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Put that in there, found it, and then took the square root of both sides. Okay, next one. Now, if you already did B right, that's fine. Now, you could do B by Pythagoras. I'm going to find angle A. Now, again, I like to make a drawing. I'm going to do opposite over hypotenuse. A over C. So that is sine. Now, I'm looking for an angle, so you got the little negative up there. So it would be 19.2 over 47.8. So we got the little negative 1 there. So I'm going to, oops, I just messed it up already. So let's see here. So 19.2 divided by 47.8. And I get 23.687. So 23.7. Now notice right away I can find B, because B has to subtract that from 90. So I would have 90 minus 23.7, and that is 66.3. Then I can use Pythagoras to find this, or I could do trig. I know A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So 19.2 squared plus B squared equals 47.8 squared. So I'm going to go ahead and use Pythagoras. 47.8, square it, minus 19.2, square it. And I get B squared equals 1916.2. So I'm going to take the square root of that, 1916.2, and I get 43.7. Where did I put that? 43.7. I don't know what I put. 43.7. And that is right. When you round it, it's 0.8. Okay, next one. Now, I know two angles, so to find this angle, I go 90 minus 21.1. Woohoo! Easy peasy, chocolate cheesy. So on the calculator, 90 minus 21.1, and that's 68.9. That's 3 points, kids. Now, with trig, I know the hypotenuse, so I'm going to use angle A. So angle A is opposite over hypotenuse, which is sine. So it'd be sine of 21.1 equals A over C. And we know that C is 40.4. So I'm going to cross multiply. So I have 40.4 times sine of 21.1. And that equals 14.58. So I'll give it 14.6. Now yours might be a little bit different depending on your calculator. Now again, we could do let's do cosine. You could do Pythagoras, that's fine. I'm going to do cosine because that's adjacent over hypotenuse. So I'd have cosine of 21.1 equals b over 40.4. I'm going to cross multiply. So that would be 40.4 times the cosine of 21.1. And I get 37.69 or 37.78, somewhere in there. It might be a little bit different. Like I said, if you're off a tenth, that's not a big deal most of the time with trig, because it depends on how good your calculator is. So last one, kids. So I know the sides. So to find A, I'm going to do opposite over adjacent, and that's tangent. So tangent of A, I'm looking for an angle, so I got a little -1, would be opposite, which is, I can't read it, 550 over the adjacent, which is 480. So I'm going to find my tangent, and go 550 divided by 480. And I get 48.9. Now, as soon as I get that, I know my other angle, 90 minus that. And that would be 41.1. Woohoo! Now, you could have used trig. And then again, we could use trig or we could do Pythagoras, which is a squared 550 squared plus 480 squared equals c squared. So we have 480 squared plus 550 squared equals, and I get 532,900. And I'm going to square root that. Oops, I just accidentally erased it, so I got to type it in again. This has not been a good day. 532,900. And I get 730. Now again, if you're off just a little bit, that's not a big deal. It depends on how good your calculator is. I'm using a really cheap one. So hopefully with those four, it helped out. Have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Law of cosines. How exciting.